Hello class, let's be back with our language class. So the topic today that we will be discussing is infinitives. Okay. Similarly, we had already done gerund in the last class. So gerund is basically verb plus ing. Okay, that is used in present form. Verb plus ing. Similarly, infinitives here we talked about is again with the verb, that is to plus verb. Okay, no ing, it is to plus verb. That means when we are writing any word, we are just putting the word to. For example, to dance, like that, to sing. Okay, it goes like that. Now before we proceed towards infinitives, let us talk about the forms of infinitives. Okay, when is the sentence to be known as infinite? So this is very important. So what happens? There are two different sentences that I have written in the board. Okay, so let us talk about the first sentence. So first sentence, they always flatter her. So in this sentence we will see the word, the subject, that is they. Okay, and this is the word flatter, this is verb. So this verb is infinitive. Okay, but here we cannot tell this is infinitive because it has no the use of the word to. So this is not an infinitive. This is a finite verb. Okay, so what is a finite verb? It is a sentence which has a subject in its sentence. Okay, sentence which has a subject is known as a finite verb. There we will not find the word to plus flatter. In some of the sentences we do find it. Okay, and that is to be considered as infinitive phrase. Understood? Infinitive phrase. But here in the second sentence what we see is to flatter her is easy. So in this sentence there is no use of what? There is no use of subject. That means the subject out in the second sentence is missing. But we have the word her. So this is used as noun. Okay. So what we see? Pronoun. So what we see is to flatter. There are to plus verb plus to plus verb. So this sentence and this sentence is almost similar. So from finite we can change it into infinite also. Okay. So let us know it one more time. What is infinitive? It is verb plus to plus verb. Understood? There is no use of what? There is no use of subject. In infinitive, we will not find a subject. Similarly, there are many examples that are given in your book, in your page number 99. Okay, to steal is wrong. So, in this sentence, what we see, this word to steal. So, this is again infinitive because there is no subject. Okay, to find fault is easy. It is like that. And why it is called finite verb? Because the word they is limited. Understood? So, they means when we talk about any person or number which is limit, onto limit, that sentences are called finite verbs. We know they, that means they means some section of people. Understood? Similarly, Ram always flatter her. So, then that also is a finite verb sentence because Ram is a person. So, we understood that is also a person, that is also a number that can be countable. Usually, countable comes in finite verb. Okay, but here in the second sentence we will never find a subject. So that sentences comes under infinitive where we are using to plus verb. Okay, this is very important. To is very important. Similarly, see this first sentence, to steal is wrong. We can be it can also be written as it is wrong to steal. So here in this sentence what we find, it is wrong. So it is the subject. So that means it already has a subject. So it is wrong to steal. So this word to steals became this sentence becomes infinitive phrase, as I said already, no. So that becomes infinitive phrase when we see the subject. So these all the sentences, it is easy to find fault. So here to find fault is phrase. Phrase means a group of sentence which doesn't group of words, sorry, which has no subject. See in this sentence also, you can just write as to find fault. Sometimes we get sentences put like perfect prepositional phrase or this infinitive phrase. So we are just putting some set of words which has no subject. Okay, so this is about infinitive phrase and infinitive. Similarly, infinitive, see, to eat too much is harmful. Though there are many words, but we can see very commonly is there is no subject. You have to always remember one thing. Okay, in fact two things, that are first one, when we are doing out with infinitive, we have to remember that it is always to plus verb. Okay, that verb which have in the sentence, we have in the sentence, we just need to put to plus that verb. Okay, and second one thing is that we will easily find out the sentence will not have a subject. So that sentence will be infinitive. It will be easy for you to find out. Okay, these two things when you see, you can be able to solve the questions. Okay, so this one we have in your infinitives. Similarly, in your next page also we can see in page number 100. There are some set of words, especially adjective words. There we are using to plus infinitive. Okay, those adjective words always follows with infinitives. Example, see, this fruit is bad to taste. Okay, this fruit is bad to taste. Again, to plus taste. Taste is verb. Okay, so became to plus verb. So adjective, okay, it is like that. So there are many exercises. Okay, today you practice these exercises, and I'll be solving these and I will send you the answers unsolved, whichever it is in their book, as well as you will be getting some more exercises on infinitive and gerund. Gerund and infinitive I will take it together. Okay, that's why I have not yet uploaded any questions. I only said you to complete whatever you have in your book. So these are the syllabus for your third online test, direct indirect speech, gerund and infinitives. Please do practice all three. Direct indirect is tricky, but it's very easy if you practice it. Okay, so try and practicing. If you find any difficulties, please let me know before your test. And also today's work, practice it and then come back to it. Okay, thank you.